Thank you for joining us on This Is Exclusive. It's 7 p.m. I'm Niranjan, and on the show this Saturday evening, getting you four stories from four different parts of the country, and four exclusive angles to each one of them. The show's called This Is Exclusive. Here are the headlines. Polygraph test of the prime accused in the RG car rape and murder, Sanjay Roy, will be done tomorrow. The CBI has seized key evidence. Trouble mounting for former RG car principal Sandeep Ghosh. CBI probing financial irregularities and the medical syndicate, the medical mafia in Bengal.
They're single Hindu people, but we are arresting in last 1 month 35 Muslim influence. So always we blame Hindu. It is not the correct.
Big statement by Himanta Biswa Sarma. The Assam Chief Minister says infiltration at Assam borders has increased after unrest in Bangladesh.
इस वक्त कॉन्फ्रेंस का यह गठबंधन राष्ट्रीय सुरक्षा को लेकर के अनेक बड़े सवाल खड़ा करता है और भारतीय संविधान के प्रति सच्ची श्रद्धा और निष्ठा रखने वाले हर व्यक्ति को चिंतित भी करती है.
A fierce electoral fight breaks out after elections are announced in Jammu and Kashmir. Congress National Conference joining hands, BJP calling it unholy alliance. Encounter underway in Jammu and Kashmir's Baramulla. One terrorist eliminated, weapon seized. More details on the show this evening. Trouble for actor Nagarjuna as the Telangana government goes after him, demolishes his convention centre. Was it vindictive action for him backing Pawan Kalyan, Naidu and also Narendra Modi? Getting in some breaking news now. First up, in the Justice for Abhaya campaign, we're picking up more details. The CBI is investigating the case. We're picking up more details of the investigation this evening as the CBI is expecting some big breakthrough soon. Big breakthrough expected. They're expecting Sanjay Roy to crack, perhaps Sandeep Ghosh. There could be something big in the next few days. Let me go across to my colleague Mayuk, joining us with the details from the Republic Bangla newsroom. Mayuk.
Well, Niranjan, what we are getting in from our CBI sources in Kolkata, more than 5 polygraph tests have already been done, including the doctors who had dinner with Abhaya. But the polygraph test of Sanjay is going to happen tomorrow because of the fact, Sanjay is a high security prisoner right now. He is in the judicial custody. He is in presidency jail. So basically, the CBI officers don't want to get into the correctional home after sunset because of the fact that in correctional home, lots of issues are there, especially regarding discipline and security measures. So CBI officers have spoken to the jail authority. They are going to keep the entire day of Sunday for Sanjay and Sandeep. Sanjay's polygraph tests are going to happen tomorrow. Early in the morning, the CBI officers are going to reach the presidency jail premises there in presence of a DIG level officer, 2 witnesses, 1 doctor, 1 psychologist and CBI officers along with their team of doctors. They are going to be present there. Strict monitoring will be there so that Sanjay doesn't administer some drugs or some kind of medicines, or he doesn't carry a nail or any sharp objects which might alter or tamper the parameters in the polygraph testing. So this is going to be for Sanjay. Along with that, Sandeep, the principal, he is still in CBI headquarters in Kolkata. He has has not been arrested, he has not been detained, but he had been asked to appear again for the 9th day. Sandeep is going to appear for the polygraph test, and Sandeep's polygraph test is important because of the fact that Sandeep is the man who knows too much. Sandeep may give lead to the biggest point where the CBI officers can find about his corruption. Secondly, the health syndicate that is active here. Constantly, the opposition leaders in Bengal are saying that it is not just a case of a single hospital. It's not just the case of a doctor getting murdered and raped. This is the entire systematic problem. The system in Bengal under the leadership of Mamata Banerjee that has corrupted, that has rotted, and this rotten system is being shown as something to be proud about. Mamata Banerjee's resignation, the demand for resignation is also because of this systematic errors, constant systematic errors. So Sandeep's polygraph testing is very important. Along with that, the other civic volunteer, Saurabh, who was apparently accompanying this Sanjay on that fateful night. This Saurabh's polygraph test is important because of the fact that he can actually give lead to other cops who were in contact with Sanjay. Is there any help that Sanjay needed at that point of time, and he was being helped by any top cops? So all these things are very important. CBI, what we are getting in from our sources, they thought that this polygraph test is going to be a 4 or 5 hours long duration testing, but this is going to be a prolonged, and this night, tonight, it's going to be a long night for all the suspected people in Abhaya case.
Okay, can I ask you, are they getting perhaps closer to the medical syndicate? I mean, you've cracked more or less. What we know is that, the rape and murder, the cover-up has been established. What remains to be now proven and investigated is the medical syndicate, the larger syndicate, the political connections, right? Mayuk, are we expecting a breakthrough on that front as well?
Well, absolutely, Niranjan, and many of the whistleblowers are coming up. In fact, in Republic Bangla also, that the petitioner, the former deputy superintendent of RG Kar Hospital, Akhtar Ali, for whose petition the CBI is going to investigate Sandeep Ghosh's corruption charges now, the graft charges. Here also, a lot of things are coming up. First of all, Sandeep Ghosh was just part of this lower rank, I'm repeating, lower rank syndicate member. This health syndicate reaches to the reaches to the top of the administration is what the investigators are predicting, assuming right now, because Sandeep Ghosh had been time and again instructed by very influential doctors, very influential people in Bengal politics or in the administration, and that's the trail which the CBI officers are going to find, because there are charges of organ harvesting, there are charges of body racketeering, there are charges of medical corruption, there are charges of drug corruption, lots of charges are there, and most importantly, recruitment scam in health sector is also one angle that is coming up. So basically, this is also going to be Partho Chatterjee part 2 maybe, because here also the recruitment scam is coming up, the angle of recruitment scam in health sector. In fact, Niranjan, Akhtar Ali or other whistleblowers have said that just for internship, you need to pay 2 or 3 lakhs to get a good rank, and to get a transfer, you had to pay 8 or 9 lakhs. So basically, it was a corporatized system of raising money. It was a corporatized system of running a syndicate, and that too what we call Tola Baji in Bengal, the extortion racket in Bengal in this health sector.
Thank you for joining us with those exclusive details, Mayuk. Closer to cracking the medical health syndicate and the larger story behind the rape and murder and what was going on in Bengal at the RG Kar Hospital. Right on top of that story, Republic Bangla tracking the story. Let's move on now from Bengal to Karnataka. An exclusive story that we have, ladies and gentlemen. For the last few days, I'm happy to share that Republic Kannada has been breaking the Muda files. The Muda files are the Karnataka land scam files. And every single day we've been breaking that story. In fact, leaders, and I can't name them, have been calling the Republic Kannada team from the Congress party and asking for details and asking us, is it true? And these are details that we've been breaking, aspects of conflict, aspects of corruption, aspects of the land scam that were not reported, that were hidden by the Chief Minister in Karnataka. And he was summoned to Delhi. He met the Congress High Command. And what is very, very interesting is that not just him, he was present in Delhi with the Deputy Chief Minister of Karnataka, D.K. Shivakumar. And very interestingly, a third person also was called to Delhi. And his name is Parameshwara. He's a Home Minister. Technically, the Home Minister is the second ranking minister in the cabinet. The Home Minister was called Parameshwara. He came to Delhi. He met some leaders in the Congress party. Now, what we are also hearing is that, and I have my colleague Sri Lakshmi also joining us on the broadcast. So the story here is not just that Siddaramaiah, the Karnataka Chief Minister, was summoned to Delhi. Story is also that they're not taking his excuse or his version of the documents at face value. Sri Lakshmi, we are hearing that the Congress party leadership has asked for the actual papers, the details of the actual papers. There is one set of documents in the public domain given out by the government and the Chief Minister's aides. There is another set of documents that Republic Kannada has broken in the last few days that show conflict of interest, that show corruption, that show that what the Chief Minister said was a lie. He was lying on several fronts, several times. Sri Lakshmi, why don't you tell our viewers, one, about what these lies were, and secondly, what's happening in Delhi?
Yes, Niranjan. As you rightly said, Republic Kannada broke out series of exclusive document to the Kannada viewers, and Siddaramaiah has always been saying that I've never asked for an alternative compensatory sites in an affluent area, but Republic Kannada showcased documents which are proving that an application was filed in Muda asking for compensatory site in specific area where in the document the whitener was used to delete the name of the area. And this document created a lot of sensation in political circles here in Karnataka. And then we broke another exclusive that Siddaramaiah has always been saying that it is during BJP's tenure that the application was sanctioned, the sites were sanctioned to his wife. But the documents which are with us are proving that it is during Congress tenure that the decision was taken to grant compensatory sites, to allocate compensatory sites to Parvati, his wife, Siddaramaiah's wife. And so many other documents we put forth in front of Kannada people to showcase that Siddaramaiah is lying again and again. This mounted a lot of pressure in Congress circles, and High Command started called Siddaramaiah to discuss about these things. In Delhi, it is said that, as you're mentioning Dr. G. Parmeshwar's name, it is said that an alternate option, backup CM option was also discussed, and right in the beginning, it was like 50-50 power distribution between D.K. Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah. But now it has just been 1 year and 3 months that the Siddaramaiah is ruling, and another 14 months of his part is still pending. So it is said that Siddaramaiah himself has selected Dr. G. Parmeshwar as a backup CM to finish his tenure. So it is, in political circles, it is going round that Parmeshwar will be an alternate if at all CM, High Command thinks about an alternate option. But as of now, considering that Karnataka is the strongest, biggest state with 136 seats, wherein Congress has won, I don't think Congress High Command wishes to destabilize its power center here. It is said that they don't want to disturb Siddaramaiah as of now. High Command leaders have taken a decision to give more support to Siddaramaiah to fight the battle legally as well as politically.
Yeah.
Niranjan.
Very interestingly, ladies and gentlemen, this coming week, there is a hearing in the Karnataka High Court on the Chief Minister's petition. And the court will decide, this is on the sanction to prosecute the Chief Minister, that is Siddaramaiah. The decision will be taken if the court allows that investigation, which the governor has allowed to be done. He's given the sanction to prosecute Siddaramaiah. And if the court allows the investigation, can the Chief Minister remain the Chief Minister and overlook an investigation that is done by his own state agency? It will be another conflict. I mean, it's a cycle of conflict, circle of conflict, you can call it. I mean, if you look at the entire sequence of events in the Karnataka land scam, allotment of land, the denotification, the seeking of prime land, and when the prime land was handed over, there is a sequence of events, and at each point of time, Siddaramaiah was either the deputy chief minister, a finance minister, or leader of opposition, and then the chief minister. So there is a direct conflict, and his son was also a member of this body where his family was awarded prime land. So we'll talk about that separately, but I have another big breaking news story on This Is Exclusive. Srilaksh, please stay with me because this is on Prajal Rana. I'm breaking that story right now. Let's go across straight to that. Prajal Rana is a former MP of the JDS, He was suspended by his party, and very, very gory details. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, this was the sex tape scandal that hit Karnataka. I'll just take off that plate because it's incomplete. The text is incomplete, so we'll just take off that plate and we'll fix that, right? So what we know in that particular case is that the charge sheet has been filed. Remember Prajal Rana, he was an MP when the case broke out. He is still in jail, and he is the nephew of Union Minister Kumaraswamy. Of course, the family has completely distanced from this controversy, but we have details of the charge sheet. And the details are very, very gory. Prajal Rana, who was a parliamentarian, ladies and gentlemen, can you believe it? This former MP, his father was a minister in the state. His grandfather was once the Prime Minister of India. This is Deve Gowda's grandson. And these are some of the very, very disturbing details. We are hearing that the sexual assault survivor, was even attacked by H.D. Revanna. Revanna is the father. Prajal Rana sexually assaulted her. His father had assaulted her physically. And then we are hearing that after the sexual assault of this lady who was also a domestic help, the daughter of the domestic help was also sexually blackmailed by this pervert called Prajal Rana. So it's a sordid story of how people in power abused their position and power. And I don't have an exact count of how many women were sexually assaulted. But what this pervert also did, and has been detailed in the charge sheet, is that he recorded these acts with his mobile phone. He sexually assaulted women, including his domestic help, and then he blackmailed the daughter of the domestic help and asked her to, compromise in front of him on a mobile phone, and he took screenshots of that, and it just goes on. The details in the charge sheet are gory. Sri Lakshmi, where does the case stand now, and what kind of reactions are we getting to this case?
Yes, it is horrible that this case is proved to be true, if at all. The special investigation team of CID branch has filed a charge sheet against Rana and his son Prajal Rana. The SIT, which is investigating 4 cases of sexual assault and harassment against Prajal Rana, filed the 2,144-page long charge sheet, the first in 4 cases before the special court today. It lists over 130 witnesses and also include forensic evidences that confirms that the man in the video clip of the said sexual assault and rape is Prajal Rana. As per the charge sheet, H.D. Rana sexually harassed the domestic help on multiple instances when she used to work in their house between 2019 to 2022. And this Prajal Rana has raped the victim in 2020 when his mother Bhavani Rana had brought the victim to the city to clean their house. And he has also threatened through a video call to the daughter of this victim multiple times. It is also said that he used to video record all these horrific acts that he used to conduct on women. On April 28th, a first information report was registered against Prajal Rana and his father Rana under section 354A, 354D and 506 criminal intimidation and 509 as well under Indian Penal Code. Now he's currently in judicial custody, and it is a horrific incident Karnataka has ever seen, Niranjan.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for joining us with those details. Sri Lakshmi joining us on the details of the Prajal Rana charge sheet. Let's move on now and get you some more breaking news updates now coming in from Hyderabad. Moving on from Bengaluru to Hyderabad. Ladies and gentlemen, the big breaking story from Hyderabad today. Nagarjuna is an actor, and Nagarjuna is a very, very popular actor in Telugu film industry. And his convention hall has been demolished by the government in Telangana. A government body has demolished it in Hyderabad. He put out a very long post today on social media calling it unlawful, saying that this was a case that was ongoing and that he didn't, of course, get into the politics of it, but clearly there is politics involved and you can't deny the politics because Congress supporters on social media are going all out to say that Nagarjuna, if you had stayed quiet about Pawan Kalyan and not backed Pawan Kalyan and not backed Naidu and not backed Modi, maybe this wouldn't have happened. So clearly there are many violators, but why was Nagarjuna's convention hall picked? Because what is interesting, Aneri, is that it was demolished and just a few hours back the court has stayed the demolition, but the demolition itself has already happened. Aneri.
Well, that's right, Niranjan. What we have been seeing is that the Hydra committee, which has been recently formed, demolishes such illegal constructions, or basically to more specifically say it is on the FTL level or the buffer zone, then such demolitions will take place. And that is the reason why we see that the N convention, which is owned by the Tollywood actor Nagarjuna, was demolished today early morning, where we see that the Hydra committee officials along with the GHMC officials and the encroachment officials had arrived here. We are still at the spot, as you can. I'll just ask my video journalist to pan around and show you that how this convention center has been completely demolished, because this comes under the FTL level and also the buffer zone, because we also have the official statement from the Hydra committee where they say that that the N convention has been clearly manipulating the system and the process and continuing their commercial activities through the unauthorized structure built on the FTL and buffer zone. The N convention has encroached 1 acre and 12 guntas in FTL and 2 acres and 18 guntas in the buffer zone, and has raised unauthorized structure under the GHMC, and that is the reason why we see that this demolition of N convention has taken place. However, Nagarjuna, taking it to social media, he says that it's unlawful because remember back then in 2014, Nagarjuna had received a notice from the HMDA, which is also one more body where he also had gone to the court and got a stay on that back then in 2014. But now, after the Hydra committee, which has been recently formed after the Congress government came to power, we see that they have been taking up such demolition drives where unauthorized structures have been brought down by this particular committee. However, later we see that Nagarjuna and the N convention had gone ahead to the Telangana High Court and they had approached the court, and now the court has given a stay order on this. Meanwhile, we see that the demolition has already taken place.
Aneri, I'm asking you a straight question. Was it vendetta? Was he selectively chosen for being outspoken in his support for Pawan Kalyan, for Chandrababu Naidu, for Prime Minister Modi?
Well, we have been seeing such talks which have been taking place, but meanwhile we also have been seeing how Nagarjuna in the recent times during the elections also had come out in support of Pawan Kalyan, because remember Pawan Kalyan is a family member, and also Pawan Kalyan supporting the TDP and the BJP has definitely brought a lot of questions on this demolition drive. But then when we also have tried to get some of the documents pertaining to this which have been released by Hydra once again, where we see that the convention center, most of the part of the convention center is coming under the full tank level and the buffer zone, because just adjacent to this convention center, I'll just try to show you this particular lake which has been which is just adjacent to the convention center. This is the lake which we are trying to show, as we are not able to show you clearly, but yes, it is just next adjacent to the convention center, and that is the reason why the Hydra committee has now demolished this. Well, the stay order has been given by the High Court, but we'll have to wait and watch what turns out by the officials into this matter.
Okay. Thank you for joining us with those inputs, Aneri. It's been ongoing for many years. It's surprising that one fine day a Congress government comes in and just decided to demolish it. And after the demolition, ladies and gentlemen, after it's demolished, look at that, it's demolished and then the court stays the demolition. I mean, there's nothing to stay after that. I mean, it's demolished, it's over, it's done. Was he targeted for backing Pawan Kalyan, who, by the way, also happens to be his relative? Interesting time in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. Vendetta, vindictive politics seems to be the flavor of the season. And with that, we come to the end of This Is Exclusive. Ladies and gentlemen,